Okay. Sorry for the delay, guys. I'm on that CP time. As soon as I saw the rabbi, I initially thought machine gun preacher, but I was like, oh wait, machine gun rabbi. That was almost kind of comical, running over that walker that way.
Let's get these puppies fueled up.
Does anyone know why Charlie was by herself? It's better.
Locked up tighter than fireman sphincter on the 4th of July.
We're running ragged, you bug. We're twice as long as set up camp as yesterday.
We've got 12 hours until sunset.
Travel by night, keep watch by day, and take its toll.
Logan's out there. It's going to take Morgan and Alicia and Strand a couple days to get to us, so we just keep moving until then. How's the reserves? About 1,000 gallons of unleaded is all that separates us from stumbling around like the skin bags. So we'll do another run.
This isn't just about gas. Why don't you just stop and take a breath?
This isn't the right place to do it.
She pregnant or something?
Shout out and rest up, babyface. Heading for Tanktown at 0800.
We're gonna have to wait. The head count's off.
No, everyone was accounted for when we packed up.
Look, I don't know what to tell you. Someone's missing.
Who?
Charlie.
I can help.
Well, she's awake. Don't worry, you're not the first person to fall asleep in my shul.
I've been mostly sleeping in cars lately.
Oh, hard to rest without a proper roof over your head.
Used to it.
Why are all these dead ones following you?
I was looking for something last night and I got separated from my group. Foster found me first.
You have a group? We have to get you back to them.
Do you really think that God led me here?
Come here. You don't?
Why would he?
Why wouldn't he?
Do you answer every question with a question?
Do I? In 2 minutes, you figured out this. Excuse me. Hashem calls.
What happened to all your people?
Same thing happened to most people. I used to talk to my congregation about a thing called Tehiyat Hametim. The souls of the dead would rise and be reunited with their bodies at the end of this world. I suppose I got it half right.
Why do you still do that? If no one's here.
It works for me. and because of tradition. Tradition is very important, more now than
Uh-huh.
ever. Again. No, this is the last battery. It can't go dark. I'm sorry, I have to go. Right now. I need to find some batteries.
Wait. I know where we can get some.
He's about to go risk his life for a damn battery.
It's Charlie. Can I go to copy?
Charlie, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay.
I'm so sorry this happened. We thought everyone was accounted for when we left last night.
It's not your fault, June. You didn't leave without me. I ran away.
What? She ran away during the apocalypse. All right.
Why would you do that?
Can't keep living the way we have. I just wanted to find some place that we could settle down. I checked some places last night. None of them were right. But now I think I may have found a place that we could call home.
Where are you, Charlie? We'll come get you, bring you back to the convoy.
You need to come see this place for yourself. Oh, and bring some car batteries with you.
And she was very nomadic with the vultures. I guess now Charlie just wants like a set place to settle down.
Where are they coming from?
Must be a gap in the fence somewhere. I'll find it.
My friends are coming with your batteries. They can help.
Keeping the flame lit is a mitzvah unto itself. I can take care of the fence. Wait inside. Make yourself at home.
Don't tell me this guy's a secret creeper and do something weird. He trapped everyone in there? He's worse than Gabriel, huh? He like trapped all his parishioners in that back building. I mean, he looks like he did some real shady shit, but it's kind of hard to tell. Like, was it one of those instances where like everyone was sick and then people started like dying and eating each other, or something else? It's kind of hard to say. Mm. That kind of reading these quotes about Preacher. The first one was utter garbage. That's hilarious. Yeah, I don't know. Can't tell if this rabbi is a friendly or if he's really like heinous, especially heinous. We'll see. I think it's kind of weird that Charlie ran away instead of just like talking to John. I thought Charlie and John had like a repertoire going on where they can just like be honest with each other and whatnot. It's kind of weird her not even like attempting to talk to him. Or Strand is, where is Strand? Strand is with Alicia, right? Hey Karina, thanks for joining. Yeah, I feel like Charlie should have talked to John at minimum before just like running off at night without saying anything, not leaving a letter or anything like that. Or I'm guessing Daniel's still there, right? He's still in the group, giving haircuts and shit. So it's just kind of strange that she just would like flat out refuse to even attempt to talk to any of the adults who she kind of has rapport with, um, to discuss like, how she's dissatisfied with everything. I'm annoyed with Charlie. We don't have time for runaways. Exactly. Um, it seems kind of forced, I think. A bit contrived, in all honesty. Not that anybody at AMC is paying attention to anything that I have to say, but I do think that some of the motivations this season have been a little bit flimsy. You have to keep in mind who these characters are, and it's like I feel like Charlie would be that kid who would be like, "Hey, John, you know what? This isn't working for me. We need something better," and then they could have a discussion. Or she would have gone to Strand had Strand been there, or Daniel. Um, Anybody else, maybe not, but I feel like she has some kind of relationship with those guys where she would feel comfortable talking to them. Why didn't this large convoy just make the mall their permanent home? Right. They were worried about Logan's people coming after them. Now, granted, Logan's people have a lot of guns, but the convoy is definitely more people. Uh, Logan's group don't seem at the mall. They have made that a base, which obviously there's a lot of supplies at the mall, and someone like a Eugene could really thrive there with like taking different things and making it into new stuff. I don't think they have any scientists or, well, okay, Eugene's not a scientist, but any people who can do things like that. But just saying, they have resources where they can make one thing into something totally different. I think they could have fortified the mall and like had people watching from the rooftops, and have like a what is it, a bird's nest? Is that what they call it with war? Like sit in the bird's nest, and then they could have like held off Logan's people at the pass. They'd have a 360-degree view. Um, so it didn't really make a whole lot of, oh shit. Ah,
Tell you how much this means to me.
Well, you kept Charlie safe here. That's the least we could do.
So, this convoy of yours, how many people are there?
We're up to 36 now.
yeah, that's like 3 times as many as Logan.
Sadikim Nitzarim.
Maybe 4.
The mystics believe that there are 36 righteous people in the world at any given time. Maybe I've come across 3 of them today.
Well, we do what we can.
We really should be getting back to the rest of our people.
No. The rabbi. I told him that we would stay and help him fix his fence.
You've done more than enough already.
You help me. Let us help you.
Go with her.
Oh, hey. I got something for you.
It's tasty. I'm just checking. Oh, I have something for you too.
Oh,
Put it on. Not for me, for Hashem.
Hashem. Ah,
Yep. Oh,
I wrote up.
Goyish. Kind of like the Pope,
Oh,
but not bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
should pull the van inside.
We try. It might bring the whole thing down. Charlie, I know you want to find a place to settle down. We all do. But I'm not sure that this is it.
Why not?
Because it's not big enough. There's not a water source for miles. The fence isn't strong enough.
Well, we can fix it.
Charlie.
I know it may not be perfect, but it's better than stopping in a different place every day. It's better than going out on a run and not even knowing if your home is still going to be there when you get back. I've lived like that before, June. We both have. I don't want to go back to that.
Is that what this is about? Who we used to be?
Morgan knows a few places.
Is it really that different?
We're different. We may have been in a caravan. That went bad. This won't.
I thought the same thing then.
That tanker truck is unprotected. This place, I know what you want it to be. It just isn't. We need to get back to the convoy.
That's not bad.
Seriously? I think Dan the man might have nicked your taste buds when he was trimming up your face tubes. Any sign of old Squatty?
No, not yet.
They'll be back.
Just remind me of the governor's setup
Here's to the road.
that one
I
time.
can't remember anything but.
I hear that.
Excuse me,
Brian and
Brian.
I have been pounding the pavement since before Muncher started munching.
At least you had each other.
How long you been hoofing it solo?
I don't know. I just almost did.
Your gal kept you going? The idea of her?
Yeah. And the walkers too. Yeah, I remember just watching them, when I was sleeping in cars or whatever, just sort of wandering around. Who knows how far they came from or where they're going. They're just wandering, There's a life on the road forever.
I say to hell with that.
Yeah, I did. Shit.
What?
Logan's guys, they found us.
Did you make that yourself?
Logan David's not so easy to come by anymore, so I started keeping a small vineyard in the back garden. That was a bit of a green thumb.
You said that God led me here for a reason. I think you may be right.
Well, you do look better than when you got here, and the Eternal Flame is looking better, so I think she left us with a win-win.
I want to live here. We all can.
I don't think that's a good idea.
What? Why not?
Charlie. We really need to get going.
You can go. But I'm staying.
No, Charlie, you should be with your people.
This place, we're all alone here. So we can stay and live with you and help make sure the lamp always stays lit.
I appreciate everything you've done for me, really. But I think you should probably...
She's making radio sound.
Sarah, what's wrong?
Next squad track us down.
Only 3 trucks?
How did they find us?
I got no goddamn clue. Says everybody else can rendezvous, but we gotta get the hell out of here, and we're gonna need that squatty pronto.
We're on our way.
They left all their tents and shit? There's so much, like, there's so many more of them now.
Tents.
Get back inside.
I don't understand. Do something. How did they get in here?
They're not here because of you, because of me,
What are you talking about? Who are they?
my congregation.
What did you do, Rabbi? You did something dirty, didn't you? This is like Gabriel part 2, isn't it? But maybe it might be somehow worse. He looks less bothered by it than Gabriel, who is just afraid. I don't know. Not sure what to think about that. But June's right. Staying at that church should just not be a good idea. I still don't understand why. So wait, did they just totally abandon the plan of going? Wasn't initially last season Morgan attempting to lead them back to like Alexandria or something? Was that plan just abandoned when they found the denim factory? I feel like they should go back to that plan. Yeah, congregation, exactly. Having like flashbacks of like the barbecue and stuff because they're like locked in at school and everything. Keep expecting to see like a half barbecued foot somewhere. Um, yeah, I need to know what happened with the plan of going back to Alexandria because Morgan literally knows of, well, maybe not anymore. He hasn't been updated, but he knows of at least 3 solid communities that can take these people in. Also, I don't understand running away from Logan's people when they outnumber them like tremendously. Leaving their supplies behind seems stupid. Yeah, no, it does not seem like they're trying to get back to Alexandria, but they definitely should be because they have nowhere else to go. Um, so that's just stupid. I need an explanation as to why Morgan would give up on that plan, like feasibly. I need like a concrete thing. So that's what I mean. Like it's a little bit lax in the storytelling. Um, and I know a lot of people aren't even really watching anymore. Like back in the heyday, um, viewership for like the live streams, the live reactions were much higher. Maybe not necessarily for fear. Well, okay, it was still higher, but not high. But I feel like a lot of people are just kind of generally losing interest in. I want to say both shows, which is sad. Um, Yeah, I didn't appreciate them leaving their tents and stuff. They're definitely gonna need those. That was kind of annoying. Anyway, one of the groups I'm in, one of the Rashon groups, someone was asking, like, especially after deny leaves and everything, like, what's gonna happen to the fandom? Like, who's gonna leave? Who's gonna stay? Who's gonna keep watching the show? And it's like, for me personally, whatever does or doesn't happen in the show, movies, whatever, the fandom aspect is and has always been its own separate thing, in my opinion. For instance, Buffy has been off the air for like 16 years. God, makes a girl feel old. But the fandom is still very much active. So, in terms of that, Brandon and I will still be active in the fandom. I am planning on doing a rewatch of, at the very least, selected episodes for The Walking Dead since we're going into the 10th season. With Brandon, maybe 1 or 2 eps per season, our favorite episodes, like kind of a countdown or something. And there's always more things to discover and discuss from seasons previous. For those of you who have been dissatisfied, we'll be around.
When the world started to change, my congregants stayed there for help. We put up fences, we gathered all the food and water we could. We managed in here for weeks. But we started to run low on supplies. I left to go find some, and when I came back,
We found them like this.
Did you?
Sorry.
no, I'm sorry. You're only here because you're helping me. And we ain't done yet.
We go inside and we stay quiet. They'll go away.
It take days.
We're on a tighter timetable than that. I got an idea.
Ready?
Should have pair of horse. Think it's good? Got it. Good job. No, it's good. We can do this.
Imagine if they just had one big pointy spear or two. They could easily just like poke a lot of these walkers in the eye. I mean, it'll take a little bit longer to do, but they could kill like all of them. A nice light, like maybe bamboo, like a light material, the pointy end. Maybe something like iron or metal that you could resharpen that wouldn't get like dull, like wood, and then just jab them quickly in the eye, like
Stay ahead. We'll meet up at the rendezvous.
rapid
We just want
fire.
what we got in the tanks. We'll make sure they don't get it.
You said the guns cost.
What the hell is this?
Ask the co-pilot. He'll tell you. Should have taken a shot.
You know this dick?
I had them. And I let him go. Thought I was doing a good thing.
Thought he was Morgan.
No good deed, right? How we doing on the swatting? Really use the assist right about now?
Working on it.
Feels like a game of like Mario. Hold it steady, Jim. I feel like she should be holding the ladder steady and not just like put your weight on it so it doesn't shift and fall. Like it's just like basic. You hold a ladder steady. If you have a ladder.
gonna take longer than you think. They might be on their own.
If you're from a bird's eye view, if you're from a perch, if you're in a perch, rather, perch, and the rabbi has all that wine, I'm like, can you make a Molotov cocktail with wine? I feel like you can. I know you couldn't do it with beer because it's not enough of an alcoholic content, but I think you could with wine. Should shine like that. You want it. I blame Charlie. Yeah. Dwight definitely should have shot that guy, but I mean, I get it. He's trying to like do the opposite of being a savior or whatever. But considering that these guys are kind of, well, I mean, they still don't seem like killers, so I guess there's that. As for Charlie, I still don't fully understand what her plan was. Disappearing in the middle of the night, not saying anything. I'm gonna run away because I'm tired of running around. Like, wouldn't you at least rather be with the people you know than like being by yourself, wandering around aimlessly in the dark? Like, that seems like a really fucking stupid plan. And Charlie is definitely smarter than that. So I just think, I don't know. They gotta do better. They gotta do better with the overall storytelling. I feel bad like saying that, but like it's just not adding up for me in terms of what we know about these characters and how they operate. Um Charlie has always been very savvy, conniving for sure. Um she's a bit smarter than what she is in this episode right now. She's very like, naive and unworldly, and that is the polar opposite of the Charlie that we've come to know these last couple of seasons. So there's that. Um, yeah, back to what I was saying before. When they season 10, um, maybe 10 episodes, I'll have to sit and ponder. I have to sit and ponder what those might be. I have a few ideas, but I have to really sit and think on that. What are some of your favorite episodes so far? And as for Fear, I know we're closing in on, I think, the season finale in like a few more episodes or something. What is your impression of the season this far? Because I mean, it hasn't been like totally unenjoyable. I found some of the storytelling aspects a little bit problematic. That's all. But I wouldn't say it was boring or anything like that. But I know a lot of people have, again, kind of stopped watching. So hopefully we'll learn something this October when we go to New York Comic Con. AMC is expected to be there, I think. I hope. Oh, commercial breaks are really short.
I can explain it. I suppose you probably would. It's okay. It's okay. We can pick them off one by one. How many bullets do you have?
No, I can't use bullets. None of them. I'm sorry.
No, Charlie, I don't think there's enough time. I think he's just going to draw more of the pass.
Charlie, you know how we fix this. How? Same as we used to.
What does that mean?
No. I'm not giving this place up.
Charlie, it's okay.
No, it's not okay. It's not okay. This is where I'll be safe. I saw that light, and you even said that God led me here for a reason.
I should never have told you that.
Why?
Because I don't believe it.
I don't understand.
I don't believe in God. I haven't in a long time.
Is it because of what happened to them?
When I left the synagogue, when I left them, it wasn't to get supplies, like I said. It was because I already started to lose faith. I saw what was happening to the world. I saw what people were doing to each other.
So then why did you go?
How could I leave them if I didn't believe? I wandered around for weeks on my own, looking for something to change my mind. I didn't find it.
So you came back?
They were already dead,
He's like the opposite of
already
Gabriel.
locked inside that building. Whatever happened to them when I was gone, it wasn't pleasant.
That doesn't mean.
It does. I'm alive because I left. I'm alive because I didn't believe in God. If that isn't a clear message, I don't know what is.
So the prayers, the lamp.
It's all I have left. The rhythms of a life I'm trying to hold on to. And now I put you and your friends at great risk because I couldn't even let go of that. Don't do the same, Charlie. Don't lose your people because you can't let go of what you thought this place could be.
He's right. It's just 4 walls and a roof, right?
Charlie. You're right. We can fix this. Anything that makes a lot of noise?
John, this may not be it. Some of the others. Maybe they were. Maybe we already missed it.
We're getting all introspective on me to time like this.
I'm the one that's kept us on the move this long. That was the right thing. Maybe just every time I settle down.
Didn't turn out the way you hoped. Well, unfortunately, that just may be the world we live in, whether we're on the move or stationary. Current circumstances, tribulation.
Charlie!
Right now, run out the other way and then trap them in there like Michonne and them did that one time.
Sorry, it didn't end up being a place that you could call home.
It's okay.
Hashem calls.
Well, I hope they take some of that wine with them. Maybe some of his little sampling of his vineyard to be replanted elsewhere when they do find a home. I'm just saying, there's so few pleasures in this life. Take it as an echo of the Walking Dead episodes, or that Gimple himself is a little bit repetitive. I'm not sure what you meant there. Just wanted to double check. There's definitely a strong rehashing of what has been, which isn't necessarily bad, but I just wish it was a little bit better done. But hell yeah, you gotta have the wine. Like, that's such a waste. And I'm not even like a drinker like that, but if I was in the apocalypse, like, look, man, we gotta load up on this wine. Like, how many bottles you got? Okay, let's see if we can uproot some of these plants. Gimple's repetitive. How so? I'm trying to think of any examples. Um, I don't know, like the earlier days. I'm trying to think. Technically, my favorite season isn't really a true season at all. I love 4B and 5A. Um, that's probably like my most favorite segment of the series. There was something really strong about season 2, how insular it was being like trapped on that farm. And I know that they were just stuck on the farm literally because of budget reasons. They wouldn't give what's his name? They're about the money to go elsewhere. But by keeping it on that farm, by keeping it just these people interacting with each other and having the drama amongst themselves as opposed to something external, I think that's definitely something that The Walking Dead in its entirety, not just the original show, but also Fear and whatever else is to come. They need to focus on that insular drama because to me that's more like you can have action, but all these external factors and people, like it makes it feel spread too thin. And I definitely think that by focusing on, like, there's so many people, there's so much, you know, the interplay that could be there that we're not really getting because we keep bringing in these new people and these new communities in these other situations, and it's like it kind of hurts the attention span in a way. But just from a storytelling perspective, getting into these interpersonal relationships, like I don't even like June, but that episode of June and John together, like how they met and being at the cabin and everything, just the two of them in that small space, to me that was more interesting and engaging than some of the stuff that we have been getting. And I think we need more of that. Give me like just pockets of people interacting one on one, people that we know, the people that we care about. You know what I mean? Um, takes a long route in storytelling sometime, but he gave us Rashawn. Yeah, I mean, the way that Gimple laid the groundwork for Rashawn was so incredibly brilliant. From the moment that they met going forward, there was always something. There was always like a trail of breadcrumbs. So
Turn the toilet bowl.
What?
Running out of gas.
We're driving a tanker. What?
St. Bottomless mimosas, Chief. Tank's not connected.
maybe I should stop running and just confront these dinglings because it's like 6 of them.
Shit.
So where's her brother? I miss him. I mean, it's not really a big deal. They'll just let them walk away like they did Morgan and Al. Like, that's not drama. We found you. Now we're gonna ask you nicely again. Tick tock. Tick 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 tick.
Go down. Go down with the ship. we end up crispy critters.
Huh?
It's been fun riding with you.
The window with those whack ass kids. Nobody care about them kids. Okay.
Where the hell are they going?
Somebody scared him off.
Get out the truck. It's coming.
Lucky we ran into the rabbi, not someone else.
I'm sorry. If I hadn't run away.
No. You don't need to apologize.
Yes, you
I
do.
think I've just been pushing everyone too hard. I keep saying we're going to find the right place. Maybe you're just holding on to an idea that isn't out there.
Can I ask you a question?
Rabbi?
What makes you think it's out there?
I don't know. I just feel it.
That's faith. Don't underestimate it. I don't know about you, but I'm going to start looking again for what I need to find. And I won't stop till I find it.
Well, we got gas. As much as we need after a run to the oil fields.
So we'll keep driving. We'll keep helping. We'll find the place we're meant to be.
Yeah, we will.
We haven't yet had the pleasure. I'm Sarah.
Rabbi Jacob Kessner.
Good to have you with us, Rabbi. Say, you wouldn't happen to know how far out we are from Yom Kippur, would ya? We got a few things to atone for.
You've got some time yet.
You're Jewish?
Rabinowitz, card-carrying member of the tribe.
I was about to do the Ma'ariv. Care to join me?
You ever say Kiddush with a saison?
No need. I make my own wine.
My kind of rabbi.
Come on.
Well, at least we got Logan's crew off our backs. For the time being, anyway.
We're looking for oil, not rocks.
No. Well, that always did it since he did it. Hang on to your hat, Doris. We're about to buy ourselves a ticket to the province.
When you're doing it, you're gonna have to ask. T-Mobile presents a look at the next episode of Fear the Walking Dead. We hit a roadblock.
Some fellas would do anything to avoid asking for directions.
You said this would be the ticket to the promised land.
We help people.
Even
Survival.
All right. So Brandon is going to call me, I think, and we're going to do a quick live discussion. But I seem to have lost the small viewers that I had. Wonk, wonk, wonk. Is he gonna call?
Yeah, did you not?
No, I liked it. I just I thought that the whole Charlie running away thing was a little bit contrived.
Yeah, I don't understand. That didn't really make sense to me either because, I mean, it's like she ran away from what was obviously safe at the time, at least.
Well, yeah, I mean, running away because you're tired of living a nomadic life is kind of oxymoronic. But also, I just felt like it was a little bit out of character because I thought that she would at least, you know, discuss her displeasure with either, John, since he's there, or, Daniel, since they had a bit of a rapport, or
So like made it kind of like I think it's more like about like not being around adults because like for some reason she had no problem being with like a random wild pack of kids in the woods in that stupid treehouse. Like monologue about how like the adults got locked in the campground and they died and all that crap.
No, that's not Charlie.
And
That was that other little girl. The one.
oh yeah, I'm getting them mixed up now. Shit, too many stupid little girls on the show.
Well, Charlie wasn't stupid until this episode, to be fair. Yeah, no. Charlie was with the vultures, remember?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, never mind. I'm losing track of them. I don't know. I mean, like, the guy she found seems like reasonably decent so far. I don't understand why. So, like, why is it that they think that they can't save that? That's true. Old episodes that Father Gabriel was in, actually.
Oh yeah, I mean, I just mean that it's funny to me
It's
because
realistic.
yeah, it's just funny to me though, or they get abandoned and they die anyway. It just seems bad all around.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so comments. Julia says, yes, I hope he goes to the movies. That's in reference to, I was talking about the Rick movies earlier.
Wait, hope who goes to the movies?
Wait, I hope he does go to the movies.
Who's the he?
I think she's Julia would clarify what you're talking about because now I'm not sure. He had no problem like killing the ones that were leaking out of that door. So what difference does it make that he like kills them with a knife versus a bullet? I don't understand why he had like a weird hang up about that.
I don't either.
That was weird. I mean, like it would have made sense if he said like, no, I don't want to waste the ammo. Like, but that's not what he said. So I don't know. Julia says, I wonder if the movies are even being filmed in the U.S. She's talking about the Rick movies. Probably not, because remember, like the whole reason why he wanted to leave the show in the first place was to be like around his family more. So I'm assuming that they'll probably be filmed in the UK.
Well, I don't even think that would be why. Because you can film a movie and be done in like 2 months.
That's true.
But I think that they're not going to film here because it is a lot easier to keep spoilers away when you don't film in the US, it seems. So, yeah. I mean, you'll get some looky-loos, but it won't be nearly as like insane as it is here.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Cat's definitely for the bag. In fact, like somebody just posted something on social media earlier, where they were like taking a photo of like the entrance to Alexandria, and the caption said like, "This is the closest that I can get like a photo off to figure out like what's going on." It's like leak it on the internet.
And then it's gonna last well past the life of the series because like I remember going to like key locations for, and we couldn't even get onto the school grounds. It was real annoying. I mean, we were standing right there for crying out loud. Just wanted one lousy photo.
So you're saying you were one of those people, only with Buffy?
Shut up, Brandon. The show had been off the air. It should not have been a problem. It was only 4 of us. 4 women, broad daylight. They could have let us get our one.
Looking for a place to settle for everyone. Talking about Charlie. I assume. Yeah.
Oh. Oh, hey. Morgan knows of a place. Or actually, the plan before they found that denim factory and then got all sidetracked is like, can't we go back to that plan where Morgan leads them back towards Alexandria?
Yeah, he's considering.
Everyone.
Julia says, I hope Morgan goes to the movies. Yeah, me too. I mean, if Morgan and Rick don't have like, another meeting at some point before either one of them dies or the series ends, I'm gonna be really upset.
Lenny James is definitely down to do it. he has said this to the press recently.
Yeah, I was just talking about that earlier.
Yeah, I don't see, like, I know when everyone talks about reunions, a lot of people mention like Daryl and Carol and whatnot, and that's cool and everything, but the reality is that Rick never would have made it past, point one. He never would have gotten out of that town really without Morgan, helping him and saving his life basically and teaching him about what was going on. Um,
Yeah, he's the most important person besides Michonne, like in terms of like his personal relationships.
Involvement. And that also speaks to, no matter how angry and pissed off that Rick got with Morgan, like he was very easily glaring at him all the time. But with Morgan, he just like gets like super annoyed and then he gets over it like, I can't leave him behind. Morgan wouldn't do that. Like he's just like constantly protecting him. So obviously Morgan is like clearly that other guy, that other super important guy in Rick's life.
I agree. So this is a good question. Veronica says, "What's your theory on how Michonne leaves the show?" Um, I want to say that there was like just a like one frame or something in the trailer that involved it. I know that at one point Michonne like gets on a sailboat and like basically like separates herself from the whole group for quite a while. I think they're probably going to do like a version of that where she goes off onto this journey to try and find Rick.
I just want to say, they actually just replayed the promo for season 10 just now, and the ending shot is that better not be symbolic of a death because I'm going to be so fucking pissed. I don't think it's probable. Anything is possible, but I highly doubt that that is a probability of that happening. I do think that since they got that radio working or whatever, that she'll get wind of Rick being alive and she's gonna go and try and find him.
Made a comment about that. That like the radio thing. That was probably like the first little planting of the seeds at the end of last season of what's going to end up being the reason why Michonne ends up leaving.
Okay. I have a comment. I don't watch Fear, but when you go on commercial, can you tell us how you felt about the season 10 of the life of the series? Actually, the way it was done. The only thing that would have made it perfect is if they had Rick in it, but things as they are. But a lot of people do seem to be generally excited about this promo with the whispers and silence the whispers and whatnot. What do you think? Sure you have. It's like they've been playing like over a week now. Are you serious?
Yeah, I know. I haven't seen it.
So you had no idea what I was talking about when the light went out on Michonne's face? You had no idea what I was talking about. Oh my god. Brady.
You mentioned it to me like a couple days ago, and I was like, I'll get around to it, and then I never watched it.
Brandon, you have dropped the ball, sir. I am disappointed.
I'll watch it right now when I get off of the live stream. I don't know. It didn't say. I didn't see any like big buzz about it really in any like the social media.
I'm so embarrassed.
Sorry. I'll watch it right now, and then if there's something interesting about it besides what you already said, we'll do a video about it.
Yeah, well, no one's in it, but I mean, I guess she's considered more of an actual character than RJ is. RJ is like new Judith, I guess, at this point, and Judith is supposed to be like new Carl, I guess. I don't know, whatever. Yeah.
Who knows? Because like, it's funny that the comment you just made about like new Carl, because like Henry actually took like a big story arc that Carl was supposed to have in terms of the relationship with what's Alpha's daughter's name again?
Not Enid.
I don't remember her name, but like that whole thing with like they had like a romantic thing in the comic, and then so everybody was calling Henry New Carl, but then he died too. So now like whoever it is going to be new Carl.
Well, they shouldn't have called Henry New Carl because Henry was never New Carl. Henry was just Henry, and he was and he was annoying.
Yeah, he was. He was really annoying.
Oh, Lydia. Thank you, Jaleel. Her
Lydia,
name's Leah.
Thank you.
And Karina said that the light going down on Michonne.
And in fact, you know what? That's because like before I was talking about like possible reasons for why they haven't already started shooting the movies yet. Which besides the fact that Andy's already doing a movie in Australia, but it could be that like they can't start shooting the movies until Denai has left The Walking Dead. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think that would be an issue.
Well, she's going to be a big part of the movies.
Well, I mean, they're already done or wrapping up on season 10, right? Or they're closing in on. I think she might already be done because she's not even in all the episodes. Panther simultaneously. I'm sure she could do the Walking Dead movie and the Walking Dead simultaneously as well. I think it just might be politics and money at this point. I'm not sure. Okay, because yes, deserved because we did not get enough quality time with Rashawn. Like this is just a bunch of BS. This is a bunch of effing S is what this is. Just
well, maybe he'll get his revenge at some point this season, hopefully.
Yeah. We'll see.
All right. Anything else about this episode?
Not about this episode, but just real quick. Once we're officially reunited or whatnot, we need to do a top 10 episodes leading up to season 10 live stream because we've got some favorites and I'd love to do a countdown with you guys.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. On that note, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Like, it's not ending.
You'll see it. Awesome.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Just give me one. Wait, you. Oh, right, because you bought new lights. Why won't this end?
Actually, can I call you right back? Let me go to the bathroom and migrate upstairs.
Ah, okay. Bye.